We have over 100 police and volunteers, both from Victoria and interstate, who are here to assist detectives from Summit Task Force as part of a significant 5-day search in the Mount Buffalo National Park as part of our ongoing investigation to locate wanted fugitive Dezi Freeman. The search commenced in the early hours of this morning and is going to proceed over the next 5 days, concluding this Friday. We have, to assist with the search, we have members from Eastern Region, Search and Rescue, Port, Viper, local dog squad from Victoria Police and the drone support as well. I'd also like to acknowledge we have assistance this week from dedicated volunteers attached to the BSAR unit, which stands for Bush Search and Rescue Victoria. These are dedicated volunteers who give up their time and are here for the week to assist us. I'd also like to acknowledge we have 2 members from New South Wales Canine Unit that are here to help us as well. They have cadaver dogs and they'll be here for the week to assist us. I'd also like to acknowledge the ongoing support that we've been receiving from Parks Victoria. Again, this week, or the days leading to this search, they've been instrumental, providing us the opportunity to enter this remote location and to search safely in an attempt to locate Dezi Freeman. In December of last year, we conducted a 5-day systematic search on the western side of the Buckland River. This was extremely challenging. It was in heavy bush, thick terrain, extremely challenging circumstances by members that are used to conducting these types of searches. The area that we covered was approximately 0.886 square kilometres, which equates to about the size of 35 MCG size ovals. Again, what made it challenging was the steep terrain, thick bush and heavy terrain that made it extremely challenging. Again, this week we are here to conduct an ongoing search based on that information, an area adjoining the search that was conducted in December. Again, we are thankful that we have weather on our side this week. However, it'll still be extremely challenging for our members to conduct this search and our volunteers. The area that we hope to cover this week is approximately 1.3 square kilometres of terrain, which again equates to about 52 sized MCG ovals. The reason why we conducted the search both in December and the reason we're conducting the search this week is based on information that we received. The fatal shootings occurred, we believe, shortly after 10:30 a.m. on the 26th of August. We've had a member of the public come forward and indicate to us around, on that day, the 26th of August, about 12:29 p.m. This witness heard what they believed to be a gunshot, so in the vicinity of this area. So as a result of that information, in November of last year, over 3 different occasions, detectives from the Summit Task Force, assisted by members from our Special Operations Group, conducted firearms testing in the local area, both at Rayner Track and Barrett's Lane. As a result of this analysis and firearms testing, it's assisted us to identify these search locations. The Summit Task Force is a group of dedicated detectives that's based in the Great Alpine area. We're fortunate to have detectives from both Crime Command and Intel Support Command that are doing a fantastic job. These members come from the Viper Task Force, Fugitive Squad, Armed Crime Squad, and also Intel Covert Support Command. They are greatly assisted by the Special Operations Group, Search and Rescue, and the local drone unit. The Homicide Squad continues to lead the investigation into the murders of Leading Senior Constable Neal Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim Waart-Hottar. As you're aware, the investigators on this day, accompanied by other police, were at Freeman's property to investigate a matter by the Wangaratta Sexual Offences and Child Abuse Investigation Team. On this day, shortly after 10:30, they were confronted by Freeman and unfortunately were fatally shot, and a third member was seriously injured. Since that date, we have had hundreds of police members and other specialist support from Victoria, throughout Australia and New Zealand. We have had both Australia's and New Zealand's best here to conduct extensive searches of the Mount Buffalo area in an attempt to locate Freeman. This is the largest manhunt that we have seen in Victoria, and tactically it is the largest operation that's occurred in Australia. Extensive searches of the park have also been conducted by air, which have been conducted by our Victoria Police Air Wing and other specialist support services. Detectives have investigated over 2,000 pieces of information, including information provided by the public. I would like to thank those members of the public that have come forward and provided us with that information, and just to give them comfort that every piece of information has been thoroughly investigated. And I'd also like the opportunity just to thank the local community for their ongoing support. Despite these extensive searches and inquiries that have been undertaken, unfortunately we have not located as yet Desmond Freeman. Freeman was last seen on the 26th of August, give or take around 10:45 a.m. At the time he left the crime scene, he was wearing brown coloured style Blundstone boots, grey tracksuit pants, we believe a brown coloured t-shirt, a green jacket and a light green coloured lanyard around his neck. And when he left the property, he was also in possession of firearms. As a result, our dedicated investigators are patient, methodical and keeping an open mind. We're currently exploring 3 scenarios at the moment. The first scenario being that Freeman is dead in the Mount Buffalo area, either via self-harm or misadventure. The second scenario that we're exploring is he's been able to escape the area and he's being harboured by a person or people. And the third scenario that we're exploring, that he has left the area and he's on the run unassisted and he just hasn't been located. I urge anyone, if they do see Freeman, please to immediately contact 000. We currently have a $1 million reward. This reward is different in nature compared to other rewards. It is not based on conviction. The reward is for information that leads to his arrest or his location. I urge anyone who has information to please come forward. This matter will be resolved with the public's assistance. Everyone who is involved in this investigation would like to have questions answered and some form of clarity that we can provide an update to the families of Vadim and to Neal, to the colleagues affected by this and to the local community. So I urge anyone, if they do have information about the location of Freeman, or if they did hear a gunshot on the 26th of August around 12:29 p.m, to please, I urge you to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000, or you can obviously provide information via the Crime Stoppers website. I'm happy to take questions.
Did that intelligence about the gunshot that happened a little bit later, did that come in the immediate aftermath of the incident?
Not immediately after, no.
It sounds as though some testing was done in November, so it sort of happened in that interim period. Is that when you...
Correct, yes.
And is that backed up by, was there a recording to pinpoint that? I mean, so that you've had a report.
Yes.
Has that then been backed up by surveillance cameras or a recording that's pinpointed?
I won't go in.
29?
Yes, it's been corroborated by other parts of the investigation. I won't go into the specifics of how it has been corroborated. But yes, we've obtained a statement from that person, and we've made a number of avenues of inquiry, and we're comfortable that we believe it was a gunshot around 12:29 p.m.
And on the technicalities of that, obviously then when you do acoustic testing, you test at multiple points. Is that what zeroes in on the area where you're searching?
Yes, correct.
You mentioned that stepped up operation in December, but can you just talk us through what sort of the search operations looked like beyond that major operation immediately afterwards, and then that operation in December? Have police maintained a presence here the whole time?
Yes, correct. Yes, we're based in the Great Alpine area, and we have investigators in the field daily that are making inquiries. They might not be every day out in the bush searching, however they're making ongoing inquiries with the community to progress the investigation.
Has Victoria Police uncovered any sign of life from Dezi Freeman since the day of the shooting?
No. There has been no information or intelligence that's come forward, no proof of life since the 26th of August last year.
Any items?
Until February to conduct this search. If one was carried out in December, why the delay in doing this adjacent one?
Yeah, sure, that's a good question. Obviously, we would have liked to conduct the search as soon as possible, straight after December. However, we work with other agencies. We're in difficult terrain here. We're dealing with the heat, exposure, and we're also, bushfires that play out in the community. So obviously, what's important to us is obviously we'd love to find Dezi Freeman. At the same time, we obviously need to protect our people and look after our people. That's for Victoria Police and our other agencies. It's all about safety. So we're doing this in a methodical way, but also making sure everyone's safe. So, that's why.
Has his wife been cooperative?
Sorry?
Has his wife been cooperative?
We have spoken to his wife. I'm probably not in a position to go into further about that. There's an ongoing homicide investigation, so I'd rather not comment further on it.
Are the charges still pending with him?
Again, I'd rather not comment on that. I'd rather not comment.
In terms of those acoustics, have you narrowed down which weapon marries up with the information you have? Because
No.
there's obviously multiple weapons.
Yeah, correct. Different firearms were tested by a special operations group, but we haven't been able to narrow it down.
And when did that tip come to you? Was it something that was offered up originally and it just took you a while to feed through all the tips to find it? Or was the tip given, sort of what time frame was the tip actually given to you guys?
No, we've been extremely fortunate. Obviously, the significant nature of this incident that's played out, we've had the whole of Victoria Police and Australia supporting us. Every piece of information has been thoroughly investigated and double-checked. At the time we received this information, we acted on it straight away.
Okay. What time frame was that? So when did you sort of get that tip about?
I won't go into the details of when, but as soon as this person came forward, immediately it was acted upon.
What firearms were tested?
I'm not going to go into the specifics of that.
You mentioned
What
those.
kind of terrain's been searched today? Will it be as challenging as December?
I've just heard prior to this, it's even harder than what was conducted in December. I was involved in the search in December of last year. To make it clear, it's not going on a bushwalk in terrain like this. It is extremely challenging. It is steep. It is thick, dense bush. It's at parts you don't even know where you're stepping. You have to be extremely careful. We've got the state or the country's best here helping us on this occasion. And I've spoken to one of my colleagues just prior to this interview, and they said it's harder and safety is an issue for everyone involved because of the terrain.
You spoke of the 3 scenarios that you're looking at. Are the police here searching the national park, expecting to find Dezi Freeman alive and armed and dangerous, or are they expecting or looking for a body?
Sure. We're, as I've said earlier, safety is our biggest issue. We don't believe that he is still in the area alive. We have done extensive searching of the caves, the mines, the huts, the rivers. We are comfortable that we don't believe he is here alive. However, we are keeping an open mind that is a possibility. We do believe strongly that he is in this area deceased.
So what is then the ongoing risk to the community around you, if at all?
The ongoing risk is we don't have intelligence or information that supports any one theory more than the other. We are live to the 3 scenarios, and at this point all 3 are live and active. We are saying we're relying on public information to help us through Crime Stoppers, and we have this reward to be able to progress the investigation.
You mentioned no sign of life has been located. Has there been any items or anything like that that might have indicated his path or anything like that?
No, there has not been any proof of life since the 26th of August last year.
Forgive me. In your investigations, have you found a greater number of people that you'd expect would be sympathetic to Desmond Freeman's cause and his situation?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Has there been people sympathetic?
Yes, yeah. Have you found in your investigations that there's been sort of a concerning number or a large number of people that have been sympathetic to his situation?
That's not something I really want to comment on. That's there's people, they have an opinion. Yeah, I don't see it either way, really. We want to locate him. People feel strongly. People have views on sovereign citizens. They're entitled to that. I just urge members of the public, even if you are on the side of sovereign citizens, we say if Desmond Freeman is still out there, he is armed and dangerous. And if you are looking after him, just be mindful that he can still cause harm.